We're here in Shaw, which is a former mill town in Lancashire, almost on the edge of Greater Manchester. And in its history, Shaw was quite a famous place, one of the wealthiest towns in the cotton industry. Yes, the present church is 1874, but in fact there's been a church on this site for 500 years. This is the third building, we think. Music has always been important at Holy Trinity. From its very first day, it was provided with a fine pipe organ, and until relatively recently it had a substantial choir and a very strong musical tradition. These days, music is the glue that holds together the worship of the people. St. Augustine famously wrote, "He who sings prays twice." The organ is used principally for the services on Sunday mornings. When the congregation gather, we have a congregation of about 100 or so folk. It's also used for, obviously, funerals and weddings, and occasionally for concerts. The old organ was a hill pipe organ put in shortly after the church was built and extended in the early part of the 20th century. It had served very well and had a good sound, though it was in fact beginning to fail. So we were reaching a point at which we were going to be without an organ, realistically, because the cost of restoring the pipe organ was well beyond us, because Holy Trinity have had to raise huge amounts of money to restore the building in the last 10 years. Well, I think ideally the people wanted something that sounded the same as the organ before, as far as that's possible. They certainly wanted a traditional church organ sound, and that was very important in our thinking. Once we'd agreed that we were going to look at a pipeless organ, we had conversations with Makins and asked them to loan us an instrument that we could test in the building, which they did. And from that we progressed to the choice of the instrument we now have. We chose Makin because they are local and because of their reputation. I'd had some experience with them some years ago when I was a church organist, and we knew that their reputation is fairly widespread in this country, both in terms of the product and I think the after service, which is as important in many ways, if not more important. We bought the Thirlemere, a 2-manual and pedal organ, and we moved the console into a more sensible space. The previous console was out of the way, so the organist couldn't see what was going on. And we're delighted with the specification of the Thirlemere. It provides us with more than the pipe organ was able to. The sound of the organ now, after having had it voiced to suit our building, is remarkably bright, and I think you're quite hard pressed to tell that it isn't a pipe organ. Certainly coming into the building from outside, it sounds beautifully matched to its building, neither too loud nor too quiet, and a good range of sounds. My absolute favourite stop would be the great trumpet. As an organist, I like reeds. I like the noise that they make, as Sir Thomas Beecham used to say. We're delighted with it. Given our, as I said, our budget constraints and all the other factors that we had to deal with, it has proved to be exactly the right solution to what could have been a major problem for us. We are very satisfied with Makin. We have an excellent relationship with them. It sounds right, it looks right, it fits in with the building, and it's very playable. I would recommend Makins to other churches without hesitation.